Government anticipates growth in foreign exchange earnings as international flight schedule increases. We'll have details to this story and more in the National Report.
Prepare for hurricane. Prepare for hurricane. Make sure you have your radio and your batteries too. Waterproof flashlight candles will do thin stuff. Garbage bag, first aid kit. Come on people, make sure you have it. Clean water in a container and a hurricane plan. Hear me no man.
Hurricane damage is beyond your control. Surviving the aftermath is up to you. Have a hurricane plan. It can save your life and your family too.
Prepare for hurricane. Your hair, prepare for hurricane.
Welcome back. With the details to the news for Thursday, November 24th, 2022, I am Sherry-Ann Noel. Grenada's Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell anticipates growth in foreign exchange earnings as the international flight schedule for the rest of the 2022 into the 2023 season increases. Honorable Mitchell says the sight of 4 international flights on the tarmac at the Morris Bishop International Airport last Sunday is definitely a sign that the economy will earn some foreign exchange during the winter season. PM Mitchell says it's also an indication that the Ministry of Tourism, the Grenada Tourism Authority and hoteliers are putting in the work to ensure increasing occupancy at the various hotels.
I like the photograph quite a lot. I'm quite excited. It means certainly from a tourist point of view, it does look, all things being equal, despite the challenges of the Russian-Ukraine war, the challenges of the UK economy, that we are hoping to have a bumper tourist season. So to that extent, it's certainly good news, a good sign. Our hoteliers and the persons who depend on tourism, the aim really and the desire is for us to have a really good winter season.
Moving along, work on the St. Mark Medical Center is progressing according to plan, with a March 2023 completion deadline. Senator the Honorable Quince Britton, the National Democratic Congress caretaker for St. Mark, on Thursday visited the project site. He told GIS the construction of the health facility is an applaudable initiative, one that he is very pleased to witness come into reality for the people of St. Mark and surrounding communities.
The services that it provided before, it was inadequate. For instance, we have not had a dental procedure, conducted there in a very long time, simply because there were not any dental chairs, right? So with the new facility that will be there, now they will have a proper dentist, coming there on a regular basis, and it goes all well for the community because a lot of people depend on this facility, especially the neighboring community.
Senator Britton says although there is a facility in Union St. Mark, the medical center under construction is critical for communities of Coast Guard, River Sally, Waltham, Bonaire, and the Tongue of Victoria.
This facility is something that I'm very happy to see that it finally get on its way, because over the years we have seen a lot we heard of the many concerns that persons have as to the dilapidated state of the medical station, and now that we see that a new facility is there, and I really hope that the people in the community utilize the facility and we bring the programs that the government speak of in the new transformational agenda. We really hope that we can get all those services which would help to augment what is happening at the General Hospital. I am looking forward to also that the facility will be open to serving the people at an extended period of time.
The plan going forward, he says, once the funds are available, is to construct the upper floor to house quarters for an on-call nurse and doctor.
In the past, the existing structure once had a nurse's quarters, right? So this is why they've been tweaked to the facility, where you see some of the stirrups there to facilitate some columns, because that is what we'll be doing in the future, building a top deck so that we will be able to facilitate a nurse or a doctor who's living in there. So at any time, the people can access the doctor or nurse at any time, that they fall ill. So that is something that I've always advocated for, and I'm very happy to know that we're seeing this come into fruition. I'm very, very happy to see this.
Contractor on the project is Addington John.
First of all, I must say that I had a delay. with the concrete and thing. And again, we change about certain things. Like in the first interview, I said that I will live in one wall remain, but it happened that when we go through it, I took out all the walls. And then next thing, we cater for the future for upstairs. Yes, so that's where we are at this point in time.
Residents from the community are presently employed on the project. The Ministry of Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs embarks on activities to commemorate the global campaign 16 Days of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence from November 25th through December 10th. As a pre-16 Days activism activity, the ministry has launched the Clothesline Project last Tuesday at the Ministerial Complex. Other activities include Tears to Tiara, Gender Sensitization Communication Workshop, and launch of the Standard Operating Procedure for Gender-Based Violence, among others.
We're starting on Friday. Friday, we're starting with one of our clothesline activities. Right. That activity, we want to encourage persons who would be in the vicinity of St. George, the bus stop, the bus terminal, the mall area, to come and let us write anti-violence slogans on T-shirts that we could wear, that others could wear, and that we could display to remind each other that violence is a no-no, a definite no-no.
Yeah.
You know? And so we're starting on Friday at the bus terminal from 1 to about 5, where people go in, paint on their T-shirts.
Yeah.
You know, we are providing some T-shirts as well as some paper T-shirts as well that we want to display at the end of it all, so that people will be reminded.
That was Alice Victor Roberts, Gender Program Development Officer attached to the Ministry of Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs. She said for 4 days, survivors of gender-based violence will be engaged in an empowerment program.
We have victims or survivors of violence.
Okay.
And sometimes it takes just a little encouragement, a little push, and would get that person up and well ready to move along. So we organize, this is the second in our series of Tears to Tiara, where we bring together survivors of domestic violence and we give them the encouragement to move on.
Right.
We share information with them, we treat them like queens, we sometimes we allow them to open up their whole guts to us, as we say. Tell us what's going on. Explain to us what is happening. What do you need? Where can we help you?
As a ministry that also focuses on inclusion, people living with disabilities were not excluded from the list of activities. Nolissa Lord, who is also a gender program officer, explains.
As a part of the 16 days of activism, we have the Human Rights Day, right? And so as part of that, we'd like to recognize everyone across the board as a human being with rights. So the activity for the persons with disability would be on the 5th of December, 6th of December,
Right.
12th of December, and that would be Families with Disabilities for Everyone Matters, and inclusion of all families with disabilities, recognizing them on that day.
Right. Okay.
Right, so we'd like to include them so that they know that they're also special and they're a part of this just as well.
This year's campaign will be celebrated under the theme Unite, activism to end violence against women and girls. This is the National Report. The news will continue after the break.
Have you noticed an increase or decrease in your electricity bill? You know that changes in the fuel and non-fuel rates affect your bill. You should also be aware that changes in household activities affect your bill. Ask yourself these questions. Have the rates changed? Have there been more people at your home? Have your children been on holiday? Have you used your fan or air conditioning unit more often to beat the heat? Are any of your electrical appliances or equipment faulty? Have you added any new appliances such as transformers, water heaters, or pumps? Make it a habit to understand any changes on your electricity bill. For more factors that affect your bill, visit www.grenlec.com. Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Welcome back. Trainees attached to the Empower program, the new Imani program, and the Fly program are currently engaged in practical skills training at Dana's Catering and Training Center and the Grenville Home Economic Center, as the Ministry of Youth promotes the significance of skills development and economic growth. Skills development and youth empowerment are high on the transformational agenda of the Deacon Mitchell-led administration. Assistant Communications Officer in the Ministry of Youth, June Paul, tells us that following months of theoretical training, the participants are now putting into practice the knowledge and skills acquired in bar and restaurant services, commercial food preparation, and hospitality services.
During a practical session held at Dana's Catering and Training Center, participants of the Empower, Fly, and the New Imani program displayed their skills in cocktails and mocktails making, paying particular interest to the quantity, usage of the various equipment, ingredients, and drinks combination. Meanwhile, at the Grenville Home Economic Center, the Fly participants displayed their skills in knife handling during their practical session in commercial food preparation. The training places emphasis on bar and restaurant services, housekeeping, and commercial food preparation. Kewana Thomas, an Imani trainee at Dana's Training Center with a passion for working in the hospitality sector, spoke of the importance of skills training to her as an individual.
It's for lifetime and not just for now. It can bring me further. It could help me start a business if I want to in the same area. It could help me do a lot of stuff.
Kenroy Charles, participants of the Empower program, spoke of the positive impact of the training and the transition that he has seen in his personal life.
Being here again teach me like a lot about different types of drinks, things that at first I didn't know. So maybe I should point out a few, like maybe some Mai Tai, maybe make drinks like Cosmopolitan, to make drinks like mix a lot of layer and stuff. So those things now that's kind of attractive makes you seem like, okay, then you want to take that skill to another level. Like for instance, in the job market, make yourself available in the job market, whichever area, whether it's a hotel, restaurant, or whatever you fall into. You want to do your best and to acquire best and make myself, the country, and also Miss proud.
CVQ Levels 1, 2, and 3 instructor and facilitator Joy Nicholas provided an update of the training, which began in August 2022.
They're doing CVQ Level 2 food preparation. We started the training in August 29th, and we have completed thus far all the theoretical work, and today we have moved into the practical. So the practical should take us from now right through January. By January, we should be finished with the practical sessions.
The CVQ training provided to the young men and women are geared to adequately prepare them holistically for the world of work in filling the gaps which are in high demand within the hospitality sector, and also to encourage and develop a cadre of youthful entrepreneurs. For the National Report, I am June Paul reporting.
Thank you, June. And finally, in the news, as the Grenada Cooperative Nutmeg Association looks forward to enhancing production, the quality of nutmeg provided, and improving the lives and livelihoods of benefiting farmers, it continues to celebrate its 75th anniversary with several planned activities. Having already awarded winners of the radio trivia, the winner of the jingle competition was awarded on Wednesday.
As we celebrate our Diamond Jubilee, a very great achievement for all are we. 75 years, this year they build our economy. 75 years, you build from our history. 75 years, forging for a brighter future. 75 years, you still a breadwinner. I'm telling you, no other could done it better. You stand the test of time, take a bow, it's your time to shine. It's our black gold, yes, the nutmeg. Just look above your head. red and black inside the pod. Quite a long road that we have trod. You can smell the fragrance, leap as hill long to Granance. You can't miss by any chance.
Teddy Topcat Christopher, a local Calypsonian and nutmeg farmer, is the winner of the GCNA Jingle competition. He won a prize of $2,000 from the association. The Diamond Jubilee was celebrated under the theme Building Grenada's Economy, Learning from the Past, Transforming the Present, and Forging a Brighter Future. Director Matthew Joseph, who chaired the prize-giving ceremony, explained that a total of 9 submissions were made for this competition.
We had 9 participants. 9 participants. I would not name the 9 participants, but we had 9. And we had a panel of judges. They shortlisted down to 3. And then the final judging took place. And as a result, we have a winner. And I must say that his presentation dealt with basically 3 major aspects. That is, educating, informing, and the melody was entertaining. Very, very critical. I listened to it over and over and over. In fact, I brought it to the steel band as Florida All-Stars, and I asked them to learn to play it. They started practicing to play it. And in my humble opinion, I think the winner did an excellent job. It's something that we were looking forward to, and we got it in his delivery, so to speak.
Other activities observed as part of the 75th celebrations include a school quiz and the Nutmeg Farm competition. And with that, we come to the end of the National Report for Thursday, November 24th, 2022. On behalf of the news and the production team, I am Sharian Noel, thanking you for viewing.